Alex what happened last time.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna take a look at my map. That'll help me remember. So last time we finished off the last bit of our journey to reach the town of Myr. Myr is spelled M-Y-R. A lot of a lot of mischief happened while we were in the town, such as we ended up going carousing not once but twice, and uh, the wizard harmed has charmed the man who brought us there. I don't have his name written down. He was the caravaner, the proprietor of the tavern,
Mercy.
and Percy. That's right. Thank you. Yes, Percy is the proprietor of both the Singing Candle Inn as well as the general store of the settlements. We've got a pretty useful person in the wizard's rapture, Trevor. Eventually, we gathered ourselves to leave town. We found some willing hirelings along the way at some point, and we started following the northernmost path that we knew of to the west, following along with the foothills on our right and the forest to our left. Came across an old, well, really an ancient dwarf, quite an old individual who was living in a cave and eating crawfish that tasted like mud, and it turned out that he was one of the dwarfs responsible for the creation of the gemstone we seek. And I actually believe that's where we left off.
Yep. I would add to that only that during your journey, of course, you had a strange encounter with a carriage-sized toad, but more importantly, after you slew the toad, you were trying to turn it into usable food, as you've been short on food supplies most of your journey, and your NPCs currently have no food. So they were able to feast after cooking, taking one watch to cook, to feast on the giant toad, but they all suffer currently from having no food. However, Trevor was not working on slicing up the giant toad, and a strange halfling appeared and had him roll a set of dice, and he chose to do it, and then the halfling handed him an axe, and anyone who holds the axe is suddenly resplendent in like noble regalia, and they look like as if they're in really
like a knight
fancy
in shining
clothes.
armor.
Yeah, knight in shining armor, from being a mudcore peasant to all of a sudden, you look like one of the king's closest advisors, like you're at a court or something.
Gosh, a
And
lot happened last session. There were those vultures too, weren't there? Those huge
yeah,
vultures that
chased
chased
you
us.
into the cave where you met Riga. And well, anyways, you continued journeying on after you met Riga, and it became dark and misty. And while Trevor was on watch with the other henchmen, which you picked up in the tavern from your partying, you didn't remember them because you were drunk, but they remembered you. Zorli, Sage, and Mateo. And they agreed to join you because their plan was to cross the ridgeline of the Moorfowl Mountains into the Misty Swamp, where no one has ever heard to have come back from again. It's clear at this point that people are here trying to escape the justice of Baroness what was it, Demis, Lady Demis. And so there's a sort of underground railroad thing happening. And you offered them an alternative to instead head toward this palace. You convinced them to come with you. Well, anyways, some of them were on watch with Trevor, and while Trevor was probably doing his wizardly things early in the morning, an arrow struck him, and he's currently unconscious, and I believe has a dice timer at 5 rounds, if I recall correctly. Rolling a d20 each round. On a natural 20 you get up, or if anybody can pass a DC 15 intelligence check to revive him. Any physician can do that with advantage. So here we are, arrows flying into the cave. And probably Zorley is out here, and Mateo and Sage. And the rest of you wake up, you hear the commotion, arrows flying into the darkness from the outside, from the brush across from you. And everybody can roll for initiative, just looking for the highest roll.
Great.
I got a 4.
$11 minus my modifier would be 1 sec.
I'm getting a bit of an error. Let me roll a d20.
So
16.
Far. Okay, Druga so far. And then...
9.
9, okay. 9, okay, so Druga, you go first, and the monsters will go last. So, at this point, they have revealed themselves from the wood line, where they have partial cover, and started firing into the cave. You all took refuge in a cave. You specifically are like, let's find a cave, and then like guard the entrance. And everyone around, everyone in here, you can manage to get full or half cover if you choose, but then that could affect you being able to shoot them. Let's see. So, Druga, what do you do?
Oh man, how many do all of those persons out by the tree line, do they all have bows?
Yeah, they're firing arrows. You can see that they are.
So it's a sticky situation, as in we're gonna get stuck with arrows. Druga's gonna rush up to Trevor. Can I grab a hold of him and drag him back and heal him, or do I have to make a choice here?
I'm gonna say you have to make a choice.
Okay, I'm gonna try to revive Trevor with my Cure Wounds spell.
All right.
Success.
Nice. Okay, so Trevor is up.
Yay.
And with a hit point. So, and you can still move, by the way. So you can move, act, move, if you choose.
Oh, that's with my spell. Do I heal him even further than a single hit point?
Oh, I'm sorry. You cast a spell. Ah.
Yeah,
Cure
yeah.
Wounds.
That's Cure Wounds.
I mean, how is it? D6 plus what?
A number of d6s equal to +1 half my plus 1 plus half my level. Okay, so just 1. Let me roll it. 2 hit points. So
And you're level 2 though, aren't you now? So it'd be +2 because half your level +1, right?
oh no, it seems to do a little differently in Shadowdark. The number of d6s I roll, it's the number of d6s I roll. So it would, if I'm level 3, then I'll roll 2d6, I believe.
Ah, okay, I see. All right. So you've got 2 hit points, and you can still move if you want to take cover. Just to let you know.
Druga will stand to try to cover Trevor.
Nice. Okay. Routnick.
I will be, since I don't have a lot of ranged options, I am going to... Oh, where's the... There we go. Oh, no, that's it. One sec. What I'm curious how far this Elfie over here on the edge is. We're gonna delete that.
They're currently at far.
Okay. In that case, I will, he is... There we go. Yeah, a little under 30 feet. Yeah, Rolnick's gonna do a charge action, running, screaming, and attack one.
Double near. Okay. So you'll get just shy of them, but you would be able to make it in the next turn.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Routnick, Riga.
So this is my home turf, right? I've been here before, but I know that I could, like, kind of place... Is 30 feet the movement?
You can go, 30 feet is about, but it's subjective. You have close, near, and far. So you can, but yeah, what are you trying to do?
Just grab a little cover from some of these guys, at least on my way up there.
Okay. So you're trying to move up there, but you want to do it in cover.
Yeah.
All right. It is dark outside, so, but this part right here is lit. Now, when you start moving around here, you'll have disadvantage because it'll be dark. But yeah,
I'm just looking to get partial cover if I can where I'm at.
I'll even say you can make it all the way kind of. Sorry, you can make it like this far, so you can make it about halfway at double near.
Okay, and then I'd be able to hit this guy just around, right? I'd be able to walk up to him. Okay.
Yeah. And then the lack of light wouldn't even matter. Okay, it's their turn, and they feel emboldened by all this. They're gonna just start shooting at the closest and most pressing threat. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to say like 5 of them are going to strike at the nearest thing that they can see. Does a 14 hit?
Anything that is 9 or over hits.
Alright, you take 4 damage. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do one more. And then the others are going to fire into the cave. Yeah, you take 4 damage. Miraculous. Okay. Wait, no, that one was a 10. You take 9 damage.
Okay, I'm at -2.
All right, roll a d4 and add your con mod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3.
3. Nice. Okay, so on the next turn, you'll roll a d20 on a 20. You're up at 1 hit point. After 3 rounds, you'll perish if somebody doesn't make it to you or you do that. All right, we got 4 left. They're gonna fire Mateo, Druga, and Sage, and Zorley. They're just gonna start firing into the from left to right. And that 1, 12. Mateo hits for 4 damage. Mateo yells as an arrow strikes into him. 10 for Druga.
Oh, it just barely catches.
Oh, no, really? At 10?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 13 because of +3. I keep missing that part. Oh, no. Okay, you take 8 damage.
Oof.
This is bad.
This is really bad. Yeah, Druga falls to 1 knee. 2 hit points remaining.
Oh, man, awesome. I'm so glad you're still up. Oh, no. And the next one misses. And now we're back to Trevor.
Alright, Trevor's going to fall back into the cave and shout, "I don't suppose users willings to parlays."
You yell out to them?
Yeah.
You hear nothing. Actually, let me look at this real quick. Just make sure. Oh, I rolled this off the table. That's what it was. Oh, wow. A 12.
Ooh.
You hear a strange sing-songy alien tongue. If anybody speaks any strange languages.
Sylvan, Reptilian, Draconic, Primordial.
You hear and understand them singing in Sylvan. They say, the mists, the changing colors, the tides that warp. You cannot come, you cannot go this way. You must turn around.
I think that sounds fair, says in Sylvan, or I think that sounds fair.
Nice. All right. What do you tell everybody else then? Is that the plan? Is to turn around and leave? Go the other way in the night?
So the fellows what numbers us with point objects that flies through the air says don't go this way and turn around. I think it makes a fair point.
Not much we can say back, so yeah.
Okay, you hear the well, what does Routnick and Riga do?
Well, Reltnik's dying.
Oh, I forgot about
Which is
that.
a little.
Riga, does Riga know that this is the only way to get to the palace?
Yeah, you would actually know. So this is travel. This is a trail that follows along the foothills south of the Moorfowl Mountains. You know that from where you are now, if you were to simply go straight back, and you probably know what these are. These are Sylvan wood elves, and they very zealously guard the forests and hunt anyone that traffics in and out of the mountains. They think that there's something there that no one should see or do anything with. So one option is to go back on the trail the opposite way. You'll probably be followed and scouted by these people. Another option would be to go into the forest, which would be very dangerous. But you might lose them, but it would be at deadly. The danger level of the forest. And then lastly, a similar option would be to start climbing into the Moorfowl Mountains directly to the north. Either way, it probably takes going back or trying to fight through them.
So what's the party think? Are we...
Well, damn, if we value our lives, I guess we're gonna go back the way we came. It's gonna be
Yeah.
hard to out-elf elves in their forest.
Well, I'll come out to get Roltnick. Roltnick?
Thank you.
Roltnick.
Right. Make a intelligence check. Nice, nat 20.
20!
Good
Beauty.
man.
Yeah, I'll say you're back up with 2 hit points.
Thank you. Oh, that hurt. What happened?
You became Sir Walking's pincushion.
You can say that again, as he, unceremoniously, pulls out the arrows and tosses them aside.
Nice.
Oh, frick, that hurts.
They're gone as quickly as they came. These bastards.
Still there.
Definitely is all around us.
All right, let's see here. If anybody has lost hit points or spells, you start traveling back on the path that you came, the first thing is you'll need light to do so, or else it will be deadly.
Right, trigger cast light.
All right, that'll give you, is it 1 hour?
Yeah, it's just 1 hour.
I assume that you will probably want to camp anyway. What do you think?
Durga will attempt to. Durga's gonna start throwing out healing spells, starting with himself.
All right, yeah, you can absolutely do that along the way.
Oh,
Oh,
take
lost
it
the
back.
spell. All right, so, Druga, what's the plan? How far do you travel? Do you want to try to rest or keep going? What do you think? You'll need to complete a full rest, which you can try to do by camping and then rolling. Everybody would roll the Constitution check. I think it's Constitution. Because of an interrupted rest. Let's see, resting.
We gotta eat rations if we expect to get a proper rest. Also, isn't that correct?
That is correct. Do you all not have any rations left?
I think
I
I've
know
got
I
a
do.
ration. Yep, I've got 2 rations left.
Okay.
Trigger's all set.
I suppose the question would be, do you try to like push on without rest into the day, or do you try to stop somewhere and rest and sleep later into the day and attempt a con check for those that have lost hit points and spells?
Well, I reckon our best choice would be here, lads, as we try to make our way back to Mire and out of this forest. Because who knows if these elves will keep following us.
True, but we must make our way to the palace. We
Oh,
can't turn back now.
We can't do it. We might not be able to go this way. We may have to take a different route. If they'll harry us every time we travel on this path.
Let's take the
Fine.
south trail.
Alright. Might have to, yeah.
Would I know whether or not they guard that also?
Unfortunately, you have not mostly left that cave in 500 years. By the way, if anybody wrote this note down, it's my fault. I said 100 years, it's 500 according to the adventure.
I'm pretty insane by now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I guess we'll unless anyone has a different plan here, I say we march until we reach Mire, and then we'll rest while we're there.
All right.
Sounds good.
Alright, then we shall do so.
I'll start this as the beginning of the day then for you all. You can travel that's 12. And the sun rises. And I have to make some checks. Couple of things happen. One is that you make it about this far, a few hours into the day. And I suppose that actually, you didn't make it very far from Mir, come to think of it, interestingly. And then, this happens. The weather once again turns foul.
Should we find cover, like... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, like Percy had us do last time. Otherwise, we just hurry our way into Mir.
Did Percy have us rush for cover even in the middle of the day when this sort of weather began?
Yeah, that was right in the morning.
What cover do you think we would find out here? Would we want to go rushing towards the foothills? 'Cause it seemed like he wanted to be underneath like solid objects when this was happening.
Did we essentially come back the way we came?
Yeah, but when this last occurred, it was much further to the south of here.
Oh, are we near my cave?
I think we've
Yeah, we
already
probably
passed
just
the
passed
cave.
it.
Yeah, you didn't make it very far from your cave, yeah.
You guys just want to hang out there? She misses me.
All right, we'll rest up in the cave for the time being, see if we can heal up, and then make our way back to town.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you have to kind of go back the other way then. But not very far, a couple miles. So, all right, let's get to that cave. And as you're traveling, you see along the path, overgrown and covered with ivy, is the statue of a goddess. Beautiful, like a kind of Athena, like an ivory statue. Her hands held up to the heavens. Crimson roses wind their way around her hands, ivy and thorns. And the blooms of roses come out from her hands up to the heavens.
Druga and Yuri are both priests. No, both of us will start kind of talking to each other. Do we comparing thoughts? What do we guess this person to be, like the statue?
Yuri says, I don't think that I'm that interested in this goddess. She's not my god. But I am interested in what secrets she holds. And so will Ord be. And so if you're willing, he will take the time to examine it. The statue.
I don't see why not.
Oh, what of this rainstorm? We could return here later.
Very well, he says. All right. We continue on and make it to the cave. You all create a campfire. I mean, probably Riga has learned to navigate in here without it. The cave system,
Yeah,
it's not a full cave system. It stops, but...
I'll go canvas for crawdads and grubs to eat.
All right. With advantage, you can make a intelligence check to try to find food for the whole party. It's DC 15. But you'll find food for yourself either way. You all want light in here. That definitely passes, so everybody has food if you're willing to eat grubs.
Altnick's growing a taste for them, unfortunately.
I'm always happy to eat small bugs.
What do you think, Druga? Stay in the darkness or create a campfire? You'll take 3 torches since the wood is now wet.
I do have 3 torches, and we can easily restock back in town.
Yeah, I suppose we must. Yeah, we'll make camp here, and I guess while we're stuck in one place, I guess we could get busy resting, healing ourselves up.
All right. I'm gonna actually lower the risk since you're here. All right, now, since you're resting, but your previous rest was interrupted for the day, everybody that is trying to get hit points or trying to get a spell back, make a Constitution check to to beat 12. Or meter beat 12. Oof.
Oof.
Nope, nowhere near 12.
Oof. Alright, so you gain no hit points, and you do not gain your spells back. That being said, that is just for the previous day. So, you all do have food. I wonder what would happen if you ate grubs. Should I take out my 1E DMG and see what happens when you eat insects off the ground? I don't know.
Well, I assume that we'd cook them first.
Well, actually, the truth is, if you eat really grubby, juicy ones, they're some of the safest forms of protein in the world. They're not disease vectors.
Interesting. Let's hope these are the juicy ones then.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel through experimentation, I probably would have figured out which ones are best to eat.
Right.
for
That's true
500
too.
years.
And our new recruit would probably, he'd know for sure which ones to avoid.
Hakuna Matata. Enjoy. So you all start eating these grubs for anybody that, or you can eat a ration if you prefer, or nothing. If you have a ration and you're not eating the grubs, you have to consume a ration, though. The people with you happily consume the grubs. They look desperate. They're sick. They kind of gag a little bit, but they force themselves to do it. Is there anything else you want to try to do while you're resting? No? All right. The night comes. And this is where... Let's see here. 2 more. Nice. You're able to rest here in the cave. It's not really comfortable, but with your campfire that you've made and everything, you are not interrupted. And let's see here. The good news is that the lightning stops. And the rain becomes kind of misty and light. However, a breeze, a wind rolling off the mountains, you can hear it whistling as the vortexes at the near side of these foothills. You can see clouds, mist just tumbling overhead, and the light rain outside. What do you do?
Well, I guess this is the chance that we'd want to make our decision, lads, because I'm thinking we can rest here until we're recuperated. Might as well, while we're in one place, in a safer place like the cave.
You have recuperated, so you have all your hit points and spells back.
Oh, we don't even gotta... Okay.
That was the second.
Okay,
So the first check was for the actual previous day, because you just went to the cave and stopped. So I treated that as an interrupted rest, which you all failed the check, but then you stayed for the night, and you were not interrupted, so you don't have to make a check, as long as you have food and water.
Okay. I was under the impression we needed to stay here even longer, but if we're doing good here, then I guess this is where we're at an impasse. I suppose we kind of have 3 choices here. One is we could risk going back along the trail from before and hope we don't run into the elves again. The second is we could go out into the mountains, the foothills and all that above us where we see that mist coming in from, and try to traverse through there if we think it'll be safer. Albeit it'll be a lot slower, though.
Oh,
We don't have to
we're
urge
already
ourselves.
pretty slow. I would say that we should return to town, restock with what we need, heal up, and then go through the Misty Mountains.
We're about as healed up as we'll be. We still have a pretty good stock of stuff. Like Druga pulls out and shows the torches that he has.
Well, how much did we heal last night?
So whenever you are able to rest, you get all your hit points and all your spells back.
Oh, woofda. In that case, yeah, absolutely we can go around the mountain. Our new dwarf, Zoril. Zoril, honored uncle. Do you know a route into the mountains?
Okay, Zorley. Yeah, are you talking about Zorley?
Oh, Zorley, pardon me. I'm
Oh,
not
that's
sure why
okay.
my eyes said Zoril for a sec.
Zorley gives a nervous look and he says, No one's ever gone into the mountains and come back to say. We all just went that way because we decided that death was preferable to life in Galuvia, but no one knows what is on the other side of the ridge. I have heard that our people, back when we inhabited this place, took wine and made a special brandy from the ingredients of the swamp up there. But that was in this old-timers' day. And that's true, Riga. You will have heard that Dwarven and Terrian brandy was made from something from the swamp. But that was 500 years ago.
I think, chaps, I don't know how you guys all feel about this. Offer up what you think, but I feel it maybe is more that people just don't go into the mountains that often. That's my feeling, because a lot of these people in the settlements we've passed through, they're pretty bound to the land. Doesn't really sound like they go exploring too much.
Shame.
We know that there are some type of beasts out there from the research that we did in town.
Mm.
And as well, we saw those giant birds. So it's not like they're all just fairy tales, right?
That's a
No,
good
but
point.
neither is my sword.
I feel as well that we could probably travel in any direction without worrying on food, because I believe we only need to consume our rations when we are looking to heal and regain ourselves.
But you have to consume your rations if you have them before that. So you can't, like, save them up or something.
Oh, we do have to eat every day then?
That's how I'm interpreting something. It says that if you have to eat every day. I'm kind of...
If you can eat, your character will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my character basically only has the axe that they gave me, right?
Yeah, and you have the character sheet here, actually.
I don't know how to open it up.
The little person symbol, the meeple in the top right hand corner, it says actors. If you go to Palace of the Silver Princess and characters, it has Riga Heretic, and you can even just click on it and it'll resolve everything for you. It's pretty cool.
It doesn't pop up whenever I hit it.
That's weird. Let me check the ownership. Weird. Let me reset the ownership.
We haven't signed in as Dave O also.
Yeah, I gave ownership to everyone, so you should be able to control it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Well, anyways, to answer your question, yes, you just have the great axe and whatever tatters of loincloth that you've been living in. Of course, holding the great axe, you currently look like the full splendor of yourself 600 years ago.
I don't have rations, guys, so just, if you want to factor that in.
I guess we gotta start making our way back to Meyer then, because we don't... Unless the palace is literally just outside of our vision, and I doubt it to be, we're gonna need many days of rations no matter which direction we go. So yeah, let's keep moving to the east, and I guess on our way back east, let's stop by that statue and take a peek at it.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was on.
Let's see here. You do make it back to the statue first after a couple of hours. You take the time to you take the time to look at it.
Absolutely.
All right, and okay, that works out. Yuri, he examines it. He looks at the flowers. I'm gonna have him make a intelligence check. He passes. He says, "There's something about these roses. This is not natural. Something about this statue. It has an effect on the rose." What does Druga do?
Druga considers for a moment, and he motions to Trevor. It says, "Go pick some of those roses."
Wants me to just walks up to the spooky statue and starts picking roses.
It's not spooky. It's a beautiful woman. Look at her.
Well, contrast the
It might be better. It might be better to leave a tribute than pluck a rose.
Fair thoughts. Fair points.
Just don't
Trevor, you be the tribute. No.
Well, I do say, you're such a holy man. That maybe, it'd be beneficial.
What kind of tribute you
will-
think? Yeah, what kind of tribute you thinking of, Tanner?
Reltnik will go to the statue and gently place his last gold upon the altar.
As he's going, Trevor's like, "Oh, is it going up to it?"
As you do that,
Are you a blessed lady?
you place a gold, just at the bare foot of the lady, and a rose falls into your hands as you're withdrawing it, and you can take an inspiration or token, luck token.
Oh,
I think you already
Thank
have
you.
it, but
I do, but it's still deeply appreciated.
Thank you, beautiful one.
And he will place the rose in his coat pocket.
See, I told you, it's perfectly safe.
all right. Let's see. You make it a couple more miles, and let's see here. Druga, roll a. This would be a wisdom check, DC 12 wisdom check.
Do I benefit from being a ranger?
Yeah, you can do it at advantage.
Success.
Nice. Okay. You hear chunk, 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 chunk off in the distance. Sometimes there are still late fall birds that haven't migrated completely. It is, by the way, I should mention, the 2nd of Zwiftmont. That is the beginning of winter in Mystara. And it is starting to get colder. And sometimes you'll still hear something out in the wilderness, some kind of small game, maybe pecking at wood, but you realize that is a loud pecking. And there's about 5 pecks. Tunt, tunt, tunt. You think and you count 5 different things hitting wood off and you think you hear every once in a while some kind of guttural noise.
Does it sound like to Druga that they're all staying in the same place, not moving?
Yeah.
Maybe we should wait this out, everybody. Don't want to get caught in a fight.
All right. So you wait into the next watch. Tunt, tunt, tunt. And then let's see which way they go. This is a chance to use that dice. Nice. It goes well for you, and eventually you hear no more noise.
All right, back to the trail.
All right. You go a couple more miles just before dark falls. And actually, it's starting to get dark, in fact. just on the cusp of needing to light up some torches or lanterns or use your light spell or something. And once again, let's see, Druga, since you're the group caller, you can make a wisdom check. This is kind of your surprise check, if that's not obvious.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is this one with advantage as well?
Yeah. I do that
Being
for
a ranger.
ranger,
Being
yeah.
a ranger is exceptionally.
I'm pretty generous with
advantageous.
rangers and thieves. Like, I'm pretty generous with them. Like, I think that's your thing, so you get your thing. Unfortunately, it looks like you failed that one too. And that's really bad because the following things are not surprised, and they get a surprise round. Let me get rid of these drawings. They are no longer a factor. As you're walking along, and it's still been raining. The rain is starting to get lighter, but it's just going and going, just keeps coming. Let's see here. There we go. From nearby rotted logs and large things of stone, all of a sudden it's as if the ground vomits, and these big things just billow forth from the ground hungrily around you, and they get a surprise round. You can move your tokens to be whatever your order of march would be, but do that now if you have a different order of march. Whoever would be up front versus... I don't think Mateo would be up there. He's got his hit points back. 6, yeah, he's got his hit points back because he rested. No, he would be up there. He'd fight. Alright, is that who's up front? Who's in the middle? Yuri would not get up front. He tends to cast spells. Zorli would not get up front. She's a thief. No, that's a dwarf. Let's see, the sage would
No
not
armor?
get up front. Yeah, none of them have armor. Okay.
Oh, we've got 2 Zorlis on here.
Zorli and... I don't see the other one.
I'll put them next to each other.
Oh, weird. Some little tiny Zorli. Weird. Okay, anyways. Let's see. This one's gonna
He has the mini-me.
use its tentacles. Actually, let me show you what this looks like first, so you're kind of... It just looks like this big, wavy, giant worm as long as a man, and a bunch of, like, tentacles and flanges just flopping around, waving off of it. And a bunch of them just whip out at Riga. Does a 10 hit Riga?
I'm naked.
13.
Oh yeah, 13. All right. Let's see. You take 7 damage, and you're also have to do a con check. Are you still up?
I have 1 hit point.
1 hit point. You're down 7. Okay, roll a d4 and add your
D4.
con modifier.
I mean, I still have 1 hit point left.
It's
Oh,
still going.
nice, good. Okay, and you got a 13. I see there. That passes. You feel this. You rip this tentacle out of your arm. Blood is coming down in the rain off of your arm and stuff. Let's see. This one here is going to attack Mateo. A 12 hits for 4 damage, and he's also going to make a con check. This thing has 2 attacks too. Con check. He fails. He falls unconscious, and he's got 6 hit points, and it did 4. Okay. All right. This one's going to attack Routnick now with a bite.
Right.
I think that misses, right? A 10? It doesn't penetrate your armor. It does a
9.
10. A 9 hits. Oh no! All right, you take 4 damage, and make a con check.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. On -1.
Uh-oh.
5.
All right, you fall unconscious.
Oh wait, hold on a sec. Does inspiration let me reroll that, or?
Yeah, I'll say it can. Yeah, if you want to use your luck
Alright.
token for it, go for it. An 11.
10.
Oh, crap. Nope. Okay. 2 people are unconscious. 1 is wounded. And you've got 2 more of these things. Surprise is awful. These things could have already been dead. All right.
What's awful is my poor dex and constitution for a fighter.
It's
Druga,
pretty rough.
I think you take 1 damage and then also make a con check, please.
Okay.
Oh,
Failure.
no. You are also unconscious. This is really, really bad. Let's see, Zorley. Actually, I'm going to resolve the bite attack on Zorley from the other one. 14, I think that hits for 2 damage. Zorley's pretty tough. And then this one's going to try to paralyze Zorley. 12, I think that 15, yeah, that's going to hit for 2 more damage, and then he's got to make a constitution check. And he fails. Oh my gosh, that's...
Oh no.
Oh no, this could be it. And then this one still has a bite attack. 15, probably. Daniel, what's your armor?
Yes, my AC is 11. That does hit me.
You take 6 damage.
Right.
All right. And it is your all's turn, starting with... well, actually, now we roll for initiative. Now. Let's see. It does a dex check. Nat 1. Okay, so it's at the bottom. So whoever goes first. And whoever's unconscious, you can count this as your... Well, you don't have to, you know, because it's on the same... You know, and I don't want it to count against you, so we'll wait until the next round before you do your check to see if you pop up. Okay, 16. So looks like maybe Riga goes first. Riga, what do you do?
Okay.
17 for 5 damage because you don't have anything else you're using. Which one are you attacking? This one?
I was attacking two-handed.
Yeah.
I have +3 on that, right? Is it just +3 to hit, not to damage?
It is just to hit. Yeah.
Okay.
And then damage is because it's a magic weapon, and then if you have any features, the features. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, it takes 5 damage. It doesn't seem... You hear it squeal in pain, but this thing is huge. Let's see, that brings us to Trevor.
Alright, Trevor's gonna back up into the bushes and then also fire a magic missile at this fella.
All right.
I don't think these guys are willing to parlay.
Oh, no. Oh, yay? Yeah, because you have advantage on that?
Yeah, you get advantage. Oh, max damage.
Okay.
Good man.
You can see chunks of this thing fly off and ichor start to pour out onto the ground, but it is still quite far from dead. All right. Let's see. Yuri. I guess I'm controlling Yuri. Yuri, I don't know what he can do, but I think some people need to get up and fight. So,
Let's see.
I think he's just going to run over to the nearest person, and he's going to cast, because he's a cleric, he's going to cast heal to get route mech up.
Thank you.
Works. All right, you're up, and you also get 6 hit points back.
Wow.
And Daniel.
I'm going to toss a ration at this nearest bug and then run over towards Trevor.
All right, let's see how dumb it is if it's going to run after that and get it. I'm going to do an intelligence check at -3. It fails, and it runs after the ration. And, like, runs after it. Try to get it. All right, and who are you running toward?
Over towards Trevor in the trees.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Let's see that. Druga.
Druga is unconscious. Do I get to make a roll against it?
I was thinking... Yeah. I wanted to wait on your... Yeah, you're just unconscious, so yeah, you can make a... Is that right? Paralyzed. Actually, it's for a number of rounds. So, let me see. No. But after... So this is a... Let's see. A round
This would be
after
round
next
one.
round. Yeah. After...
Okay.
So 2 rounds from now. Alright. Routnik.
Routnik's very unhappy that this thing popped out of the ground and paralyzed him, so he's gonna take out his big old claymore and slice that thing right down the middle.
Alright.
And he's got a +3 to this roll for a change.
Oh man, hope you hit. Hope you hit. Hope you hit. No.
18 is not!
Oh.
I'm starting to think maybe the lady's blessing may not have been as impressive as I would have hoped. Oh well. Can't be helped.
You
I
have
still
your, you have
have
your big
anyways.
sword in the mud as you say that, and you look up this thing, it's just like curiously, like its tendrils are just flapping at you, like curiously as you say that, looking at it. Riga. Well, no, wait. Riga's the top of the round, so the monsters are able to act. Okay, it's gonna try to attack Riga again. 12?
10.
10. Okay, you take 5 damage. Make a con check. 14 passes. Nice. Alright, and then it's going to try to bite Routnik. And misses, fortunately. And then this one's going to try to paralyze Routnik again. Does a 15 hit?
Absolutely.
7 damage. And make a con check. Unless you're unconscious, does that knock you down?
14?
12, you're still good, but are you up as far as hit points?
Yes, I've got
Nice.
4 left.
Oh, man, awesome. Okay, yeah, and you also
I'm
passed
not.
your con check. You're
At
not.
-4.
Oh, okay, so you'd roll a... Whoops, not that. Yeah, that. And roll a d4 for your death timer for Riga. And then it's going to try to devour the unconscious person. And it has advantage because they're unconscious. It hits anyways. Does 5 damage. And you see it just starting tearing apart Mateo hungrily. And
Next turn, I'm gonna hack into that bug and prevent his mauling.
nice. Let's see. Druga, you've got one more turn. Zorli gets a... Let me actually roll for Zorli. 2 more turns. Oh wait, it's this bug up here, so it's gonna start trying to gnaw away at Zorli. It's just gonna start trying to eat. That has advantage. Crit does double damage, which is 2d6 is 9. And you see it start ripping apart Zorli the dwarf. And this one is busy munching. It uses its turn then to run double near to get back to the next thing it wants to eat, Sage, the halfling. And we're back to Riga, who you'll roll a d20 to see if you pop up this round. No. How many turns? Or don't tell us. Actually, yeah, don't tell us. I like that better. Okay. And then Trevor.
All right, Trevor's gonna attack this guy again
All right.
with his magic missile. Oh,
Is that a nat 20? No.
that was close though. One was a nearly a 20, but the other one was a 1. 3 points of damage. to
3.
this fella.
Still not dead. But it's now severely wounded, and its yellow pussy ichor is pouring out of its body into the wet, muddy ground all around them. Yuri. Yeah, let's see. That's me. Sorry.
Oh, I tagged him on the Discord because he posted a sheet.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if he can save this guy's life. He can.
He has 2 wounds, yeah.
All right, Riga, you're back up with 2 hit points. And
Run.
let's see. He's gonna stay right up there with everybody. Yuri Daniels next.
I'm going to start backing up into the woods behind Trevor, seeing the carnage that's happening
Okay.
and these bugs, and just say to Trevor, "This is what Percy warned us of. We need to flee, or else we'll be eaten."
Yeah, actually, so the consolidation rule. Let me jump back over to Druga. What is the plan for the group? Not that I'm pressuring you to do
Druga's
anything, but
like
just in case.
unconscious.
Yeah,
Druga's
that's
like
true.
unconscious backwards, but he's like frozen in place with his eyes
Oh God.
open, staring in the direction of Daniel and Trevor.
I should say,
Screaming
Alex,
and
what's the
rolling.
plan for the group?
Oh man. I'm guessing these out of character. I know what these things are. I don't know if I should act on the information in that regard. This
Yeah,
is
I'm
looking
a fan of
pretty
if the
good.
player knows. The thing that I wouldn't like is if you knew some sort of specific thing about a setting, but to me, if you know something about a mythological monster or something in D&D, I think it's fair. That's just
Okay.
me.
I
Players,
have no idea what these are.
These are 100% carrion crawlers, and
Okay.
carrion crawlers, when they've got somebody unconscious, usually they stick to eating that person. And there's more people than carrion crawlers, so we might be able to get some folks out alive without more people dying. I think our two hirelings are done though. Maybe Sage too.
See, like Druga and Zorli, or sorry, Mateo and Zorli are bravely taking the attention off of 2 of them. Sage is about to gloriously help us as well, and I'm hoping that last one will die. So the rest of us.
so the plan is to
somebody
try
can
to
rescue.
distract and run.
Yeah, I'm hoping somebody can rescue
yeah.
Druga, and then we can
And
just
rescue Druga if
run
possible.
away.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Where was I? Daniel yelled out a warning to everybody to run. It's Druga's turn.
Oh wait, this is the 3rd turn, right?
Yep. So you're good to go, actually.
Okay, yeah. Druga pulls himself up. Is this one feasting on Zorli? Or is
It
it the one
is,
distracted
and-
by the food?
And as far as I, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in this case, because it makes such a huge difference. But I see no rule for an opportunity attack. The only thing I see here is if you move through an enemy, you have to make a check to do it. Otherwise, you can't. But I see nothing that says that you're locked in melee or that you can't move or flee or anything.
Yep, I haven't come across anything like that. I think he's in the clear to run away.
The other guy's distracted.
So yeah, if you're all trying to flee, Especially if you can find something to distract them with, you can just flee. You can just run, go double near.
Druga's not going to abandon his longtime allies, because I think we're still tussling with this one over here. Druga's going to move back, and he's going to try to heal Routnick's wounds before fleeing even further back.
And
Okay.
Raltnik's not escaping either. He's gonna get some payback.
All right.
Be cured, my friend. Yes.
Nice. Oh, man.
One hit point.
But enough.
It's
He gets
something.
behind.
Routnick.
Second line.
It's your turn.
Alright, the one who, Mateo's probably already dead, so I can deal with the one eating him afterwards, so he's gonna take another swing at the one in front of him.
All right.
Alright, come on, Dice, nice and high. You've been driving us crazy all night.
You got this, man.
12?
12 hits.
Good, very good. Now for some payback. Lucky number 7 damage.
You kill it. How do you kill it? Describe it.
Like I said at the beginning, just up to down vivisection.
The top part is still flopping around, its tentacles flapping in the mud, separate from the bottom half that's just quivering and spewing ichor everywhere. You can also move. You can move and attack on your turn. Oh, you're going to keep fighting.
Oh yes, he is.
Alright.
He does not appreciate this thing killing his friend and eating his corpse, and especially not the guy who housed him in his cave multiple times. He's mad about that.
All right, Riga, it's your turn.
I'll attack also then.
$11 total? Is that it? Dang it. 11 misses.
Do we know what the magical
So close.
properties in combat are of that axe yet?
Yeah. I think it's included in there. I think. It is. It's included on his sheet. It's a +1 great axe, but then it turns you into a dapper gentleman whenever you hold it. Damn it, that misses. Okay, let's see. Also, I think I missed the monster's turn. They go after Routnick, unfortunately. So this one, seeing that it's threatened by Riga, who attacked it, it's going to attack Riga. 13 hits for 1 damage and make a con save. Nice, you pass. Okay. And then it's going to try to bite Routnick. Start slinging around. 4 damage for Routnick.
And then con.
No, you don't have to make a con check. That was just a bite.
Okay.
This one, like, it screeches greedily and drags. It drags Zorley's body happily off into the muddy wilderness to do with what it will.
Come back here! I'm not finished with you!
Zorley, no.
This one, on the other hand, is going to attack Sage. Hits for 5 damage, con save. She's dead anyways. It starts to devour her. It just, like, gets on top of her, and the tentacles happily and gleefully just spray her blood everywhere in the air, and it just starts gnawing down on her. So it's at least distracted. There's that. But meanwhile, that's all the monsters. We already did Riga. Back to Trevor.
He fires a magic missile at this one.
All right.
I don't suppose, maybe just a little bit running away.
Nice.
Ooh, oops, I don't know why I word 4 of them, but okay, 4 times in a row.
All right.
One of those.
It screeches, but does not otherwise seem that hurt. Yuri is going to let's see. What do we got here? Everybody's either dead or he's gonna try again to heal Riga. He probably doesn't have that spell. I don't care. I'm not gonna wave a sheet right now and stop. All right, so 12. That passes. Riga, you get 1 hit point. And Daniel is next.
Hey. I will get up close behind Riga and stick my spear past him into the bug.
You can do that.
That's a spirit.
Alright, this is a +2. So, miss.
Dang it. Okay. Druga.
Druga's also going to wade into the battle. Swing my long sword. Connection for 7 damage.
It screams in pain as you lob off multiple of its tentacles, and they go sliding across the mud down like it's not even terrain, so it just like has a little hilly part, and a bunch of these tentacles just start sliding together down the mud, and it roars in your face, and screeches. The screeches echo in the air, and then the rain stops. And you begin to notice that it's very, very misty outside. Let's see. That is Druga's turn. Routnick.
Alright, should I finish this one off or go and kill the one over here?
Finish this guy off. These things are too dangerous.
Alright. He's gonna try and just jam his sword right through its back.
Alright. Oh man, that dice.
Oh.
That dice tonight. Alright. Let's see. That makes it the monster's turn. It feels very threatened by Ruga, and so it's going to do a tentacle attack. Does a 12 hit? 12 hit Ruga? Or Druga, sorry.
Oh, Druga.
Sorry.
No, that actually doesn't connect.
Oh, thank
13
God.
AC.
It would have been 8 damage if that had happened. And then it's gonna flail around, wounded. It's gonna try to hit Routnick. Sorry, what were you saying, Heretic?
I thought you said my name. Sorry.
Oh, and sorry, Routnick, you take 1 damage.
I'm down to 0.
Meanwhile, you're at 0. Roll a d4 for your death timer. This one happily squeals and screeches off into the wilderness with its find.
I hate carrion crawlers. Why are they so happy about what they've done?
They're so proud. All right,
That's
you got
not
3.
far from real life spiders, believe it or not.
Oh, you're right. That creeps me out even more.
No, really, they love it when their prey struggles.
Trevor,
I'm doing something.
it's your turn. That's messed up.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's very messed
Hey,
up.
you love cats, okay? They are the worst.
I know.
They
I
love
I
to
hate that
torture
about
things.
Cats. I hate that about cats.
Okay,
It's
I
like
got
that should stay inside.
one more time. A close friend of mine and my ex, she owned this one cat named Gummy, and he was a sweet animal, but he was a mouser. So one time, he held a mouse under a small pool of water after it rained, while it drowned, and looked up at her like, "Is this what you want me to do? Is this good?"
God. All right, this thing is bleeding. It's flailing around, trying to hit something. I see your magic missile hit for Trevor. Yuri's gonna try to strike it. Can he? Yeah, he can make it over there. And I think he's got a spear. That hits. Not enough to kill it. And let's see, that brings us to Daniel.
Alright, I'll try to spear it as well. That's another miss.
Dang it. Druga.
Rollnick's at 0 hit points right now. I'm gonna You know what? He's a better fighter than me. Druga's gonna once more shimmy around. He's gonna say, "No, friend, you need to stay standing."
Oh no, you lose your spell.
Darn it, that's my turn.
Routnick is, I believe, unconscious, right?
Correct. And
Alright.
he'll be there for 2 turns until he kicks it.
Alright, roll a d20 to see if you make it up.
Okay.
Or you don't, and then this creature, seeing people move around it, it's going to flail at Yuri and Druga. It's going to start with Druga with its tentacles.
That's a hit.
6
I
damage.
go down to 0.
Uh-oh, you're unconscious. You can roll your d4. And then it's going to try to bite Yuri. 1 turn.
Uh,
He's
Oh
done.
no. You've got 1 more turn. Okay, it misses Yuri, and that makes it Riga's turn, top of the round.
It's attacked twice since I've attacked. Did I get it?
Oh, I'm sorry. If I missed you, take 2 turns.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I messed it up probably because I should have... I have you at the top of the round, but you're at the list rotates because it's always the same list. That misses that one. Nat 20!
Yeah!
And it does double damage, and it rolled the double damage, an 8 and a 2 for 11 damage. Describe how you kill it with your axe.
Oh, I think I just lop its all of its tentacles off and its like mandibles also. It just drops to the ground.
Okay. That's awesome. It just flops and just stops moving in place into the mud. Its goop, its ichor just spreads out among the blood that's mixed in the mud. Yuri's going to rush over to Druga, seeing that he's in really bad shape. See if he can get him up with a spell. It fails. The spell fails. All right. So we're still in combat order. Actually, I stole Yuri's turn. That's okay. Trevor, from where you are, that would be a double near, so I don't think you would make it. I think you could actually make it right here if you did it to Routnick. Yeah, you could attempt to do first aid.
You said it's intelligence?
Yeah. What's your background?
Minstrel.
Minstrel. Okay, yeah, you would roll a DC 15 intelligence check to see if you can stabilize him.
Yeah.
All right, he is stabilized but unconscious. And then Yuri, I just did. Daniel.
Mateo is dead, right?
Mateo is dead. Carrion Crawler's dead. And Mateo is dead.
Yeah, I'll just try and calmly slap Druga's cheek a little bit to get him up.
All right.
Uh-oh. Roll high, please.
Is this like a... Does my surgeon background apply to the...
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You get a DC 15 intelligence check at advantage.
No.
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
He's out.
All right. Let's see. Druga, you can roll your D20, your single D20 for your 1 round.
I don't have any luck. No.
Oh, no. Okay.
I've got a luck. Can he have it?
Sure. Yeah, to see. Otherwise, I think you're going to die.
He stabilized me, right?
What'd you say?
He stabilized me, right?
Yeah, but you're unconscious, unfortunately.
I'm not sure if this would be asking too much, but would old Grim be willing to exchange one life for another?
No. Yeah, Druga is perished.
Damn.
That was so freaking close.
Oh man, let's put some sad music, some weird, crappy music on.
Trevor sadly loots the corpses.
Did any of the guys that died drop their shield when they were devoured?
Yeah, you know, I'll say just one. Actually, they didn't have any gear. They had, unless, did you all buy them stuff? I can't remember.
They had
Pretty
like
sure we
some knives or something like that, but
Oh yeah, they did
or a
have
club.
gear. I put it on here. Did all that work to put this stuff on. They're all dead. They're all dead, and I put all that stuff on.
That is the irony of it.
Like,
Just change their names when we hire new people, right?
so, no, I will put in the work like a dumbass. Believe it or not, I'm gonna roll and see whose
It is
gear
the
you
way.
got. So you have Sage and Mateo's gear. So you have a flint and steel, old flask, and a dagger, and a dagger, backpack, grappling hook, and a pole. Those are the things left behind, and no money.
You guys mind if I get the backpack?
Go for it.
Literally no storage.
I'm also wondering.
Druga, you can roll up a new character, just level 1. You know, same process, and we'll just go one level below the party. So you know, if you get to level 4, you make a level 3. It'll work like that.
Ooh, all right. Yeah. Should I roll it up right in here and
But one thing is, well, did we do this? No, we didn't. So yeah, just start at level 1. And yeah, you can roll in here, absolutely. But right now, let's see.
We'll
Trevor,
find him in here.
yeah,
as I am dead and I am rolling a new character, I shall pass on the torch of collar to someone else.
yeah, Trevor, you're the
Actually-
caller right now.
lead us from beyond. Well, now don't means to be disrespectful, but our dwarf friend here does need some gear, and our dwarf friend over there just doesn't need it no more.
Well, that is something else I'm considering. Should I just have Raltnik just have a heart attack and die?
Raltnik, why?
No, you're here forever.
Easy. That low con and low dex is making being a fighter very, very difficult.
Oh no, I don't think so. I think you should play him to the end.
That's part of the fun,
All
right?
right.
Yeah.
In that case, absolutely, he would deeply appreciate looting off the other dwarfs.
Yeah,
even
yeah,
If,
sure.
Even if he's going to be less than happy that we couldn't retrieve their corpses.
So Druga had a ton of stuff, and you guys can just assume you have it. He's got leather armor, shield, longsword, hand axes, bunch of torches, rope, rations. These eat 2 of. He's got a bunch of stuff. So I'll just kind of keep his sheet here above Zorley, but at the bottom.
Was there anything in the tummy tums of the carrion crawlers from previous meals?
You know what? That's a wild question. So you rip up open their bellies. I'm gonna give like a small chance of that. I'm gonna give a 10% of what the book says. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Trevor, what are you doing? It's for science.
It's you got 2 of them. No, I don't think so. Yeah, no.
That's all right.
There's nothing in the carrion crawlers. All right.
Oh, this is interesting. I just want to mention this right off the bat. The next character I've got is apparently a noble.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, maybe you should be a human noble on the run from Lady Demis or something. I don't know. Or even a female noble on the run. Since
Oh, that'd
they're
be
the
cool.
nobles. Yeah. All right.
Maybe
Ooh,
she was a freethinker who thought it was wrong her brothers and dad got mistreated, so she was
Right.
rather forcibly shown the door.
Yeah,
Just
she's
really uncomfortable with collars.
she's not a misanthropist, and she refuses to do that to anyone. Yeah. Let's see here. All right. You make it back, and it's dark. Your friend is dead. All the people that you've picked up, you're low on supplies, you're hungry. It's cold. The mist has crowded in, but you see the outline of the city. Where's it at? This one right here. The rugged frontier city of Mir.
Try to go find Percy in the.
Yeah. Ralnik's just gonna be trudging along behind. His number one goal right now is just a warm hotel room and a bath away from this.
Now we've got some bad news here. More bad news. The charm spell and its effects. I don't know. Let's see, magic.
I think it was 8 days.
Is it 8 days?
Yeah, I think I rolled really good if I remember correctly.
Nice. Okay, so it's been, let's see, from the time you left. This must have been in town, so day 7, and then you left for 2 days. Let's see, the 23rd of Ambermont. Because you spent some time in town for some reason, or no, let's see. Well, that must be the case, because I have day 7 from Ambermont. So that's the let's see, 28th, and then the 2nd. So you only spent 4 days out. So you had how many days?
I think there was 8 on that one.
Okay, so you have 4 days left that you know of that he realizes he's doesn't realize he's charmed. So you open the doors. You probably find a place to stash your friend / parts of friends. And all your stuff, you know, because you probably have too much stuff spread out amongst all of you. And you enter the Singing Candle Tavern, and you see that Percy has started his evening work behind the bar with several of his servers. And he smiles when he sees you, and he says, "Ah, you've come back. Hello. Oh, what's wrong? What? Where is everybody that you left with?"
Long story short, we're gonna need to find a different route through the mountains. Just give us your strongest ale and we'll tell you about it in the morning.
He doesn't even respond. He just nods somberly, and he goes out and he gets a bottle of that noble wine. And everybody can take a 1 XP from the noble wine.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Oh, that does it. I finally level.
Now you do get wealth by attrition, so that is good. So you also get 4 gold, 6 silver, and 5 copper. But he gives you the wine for free. But he asks if you want a place to stay and food to eat for the night and the morning for the today and tomorrow. 1 gold piece each.
All right.
I don't even have that anymore.
Me either.
I'll pay for you.
Well,
Thank you.
you know, actually, Druga has 4 gold, so how about that?
That works.
Bam.
You would have wanted it this way.
Right.
Now, out of curiosity, we have that axe that makes it look fancy, right?
Yeah.
Understanding this is not the kind of game where that happens, what kind of price do you think that would gain?
Oh, if you found the right buyer, it could be worth a lot of money.
I'm
Is
thinking...
Percy the right buyer?
Could be.
What I'm thinking of is plate mail is not affected by dex, positive or negative. And if I can sell that in exchange for plate and, you know, our old friend shield, I'll go from 9 AC to 16 AC.
That's
And-
a good deal.
Have a lot less to grumble about. Grumble, that is.
If
So-
it was worth it, if we could get the price the right, yeah.
I
I
would
would
have to
buy
switch
for
from
it.
this great sword to a regular sword, though. Oh, an 8.
So do you approach Percy about it right now at the tavern?
Sure, if that's what people think is the best idea. Yeah. Actually, you know what, Percy? I do have a question for you.
He brought over the wine, and you ask him that. He says, puts his hand on your shoulder. He says, "What can I do for you, friend?"
You see this axe here? I want you to hold it in your hand for a sec.
Well, first of all, before we do that, is everybody okay with that? No. So basically, the theory being, you've got this magic item that's quite powerful that could be used for a lot of things. You're going to lose that and possibly get a lot of money and have plate mail for one of your frontline fighters. That's kind of the theory, right? Assuming it works out. What do you all
Yeah,
think?
if we can get the money.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not happy about it either, but
Sure, of
we
course.
just need survivability right now.
Yeah, it's great. Like you have to scavenge your
Yeah.
magic item just to survive.
We need to outfit Riga as well.
Heretic, what do you think about that?
I'm the new guy and shit rolls downhill. So.
Fair enough.
Well, we still like hearing your opinion,
Yeah,
right?
I do
It's not
too,
exactly
yeah.
a hazing ritual. Despite what that last fight may have told you.
Union rules.
Whatever you guys want. I'm like I said,
Okay, cool. All right.
I'll start by letting Percy hold the axe, and so we can see its effect.
Well, first of all, were you holding the axe?
Would it matter?
Yours.
Yeah, 'cause
Actually, I was, and I'm covered with mud and rags, and
You
I
don't-
he said it looks like I had plate mail on.
you don't look like you are, right? Yeah, you look like you're resplendent with a flowing dwarven cape and mighty dwarven pauldrons. They're reinforced and steel plate that doesn't even make a sound when you move from how perfectly put together and oiled it is. And you have
I'm gonna hand it over. My beard goes white, of rags on, barely hiding my decency, and I'm covered with mud.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So you hand it over to Routnick? Is that what happens? Okay.
Trevor jumps and goes, oh, right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Routnick, all of a sudden now you look like a handsome dwarven noble, and you don't even smell, if that could be believed. At least not in any way offensive to humans or dwarves or elves. And Percy sees this, and he says, "Oh my, that's something."
Indeed. Why don't you try it out? And I'll hand him the axe to see the effect on him.
You hand him the axe, and for the first time in a long time, you see a Percy that is not just a merchant, but in fine robes and perfectly youthful. And color comes to his face, and he has dark hair and bright shining eyes, and he looks completely youthful. And all he can do is look down at himself. He's like, "This is extraordinary."
Indeed, it's a magic item one of us won in a gambling game out on the road. However, we're gonna need a little bit more bread before we try to venture back to the palace. So we're curious, what kind of price do you think that would fetch in town here?
Don't worry, I'm about to roll this, but this is a degree of success roll. I already know what Percy wants, but I want to see, how much. Turns out quite a lot.
Good.
Let me look.
And remember, I got +2 charisma.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good point. Let me look here at what I'm thinking of. Well, the first thing, though, is he says, "What would you want for something like this?"
Well, let's take a look at the Shadowdark rulebook and see what our stuff will cost. What do you guys think while I'm doing that?
7 horses.
7 horses worth of wealth, or just straight up 7 animals?
Both.
Okay. In that case, a horse is... Well, plate mail's 130, so that'd be 2, and then... Oh,
The horses are super expensive.
yeah.
I wonder if we could get a
Alright.
mule or something. What do you guys think about that? Mule and a...
Oh, even a mule would be
I don't know.
great, yeah.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
So,
That'd be bad
while I'm
luck.
scanning down to the value of horses, Raltnick will say, 7 horses and 7 horses worth of wealth?
Let me look here.
What's the horses?
He says, hear me out.
Mhm.
I do not have the kind of horses you're describing, but I could offer you other things. And
name them.
wealth. Well, I have some equipment, but I'd give it along with a great deal of wealth. You see, my friend, this will help me in an endeavor that I am working on quite a lot. I will give you 600 gold. And arms and armor. But you must not return here with those arms and armor once you leave after tonight.
Raltnik will give him a little smile and smile to the others.
Is that acceptable? We can find a hiding place for the gear?
So long as you don't come back into the city covered in arms and armor. I will tell you. Her guards sometimes patrol and come into the city. If they catch you out there in arms and armor that could be traced back, I think what we're trying to do here might be compromised.
In that case, does 600 gold and arming and outfitting sound fair to the lot of you?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And meanwhile, how's
In that case, Percy,
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that I shake his hand and say,
Percy, you've got yourself a deal.
now the puck's on over to you.
He actually looks relieved that you accept the deal, and he keeps the axe. And the first thing he does is he goes and puts it away for a while and comes back, worried that he might have run off with it if that were even possible. I mean, this is an axe that makes someone look like a king, you know. So, anyways, it seems that he's hidden it or something, and comes back. Meanwhile, though, Alex, how's your character coming?
My character is complete.
Ah.
And is the rest of the party at the tavern or the general store currently?
He's at the tavern.
Yeah, what would work best for you? You tell me. Whatever you think would fit best with whatever you think would work. You know the world now, so you can make them fit in.
Oh man. Is it nighttime or is it daytime?
It's nighttime.
So you guys see the shape of a truly hulking man outside the windows. You can't quite make out what he looks like, but you suddenly hear a rattling on the door. You hear a gruff voice calling out, I'm looking for shelter. Shelter, somewhere to stay. Anywhere that's not inside, not outside.
You hear? Is that outside?
Yeah, right outside, like the window, like he's knocking on like the window next to the door.
Everybody everybody hears that, and you also hear a little halfling voice be like, "Sir, this is an inn. Just go through the front door. It says, oh, you can't read the sign there. It says, well, anyways, just go in that door."
Oh, that's the door. Oh, of course. And the door almost flies off its hinges as this hulking man pushes it aside, and you see he's a man of muscle and might, and you see he's not wearing too much. He's just dragging, in one hand, he has a rucksack over his shoulder, and the other is dragging along this large great sword. He's covered in the mud and the muck. And on the top of his head, he has this thin brass circlet that is apparently all that remains of him being a noble. He comes in and announces himself as Taran, and he's out here looking for the palace of the princess. You know, the one with the big gem in it.
Raltnik will wave his hand over.
In that case, Taran, you're in luck. We just hit payday.
Payday? Wonderful!
We're gonna be armed and outfitted and got gold for the expedition, so you might as well sit down and we'll see if we can get you something too.
Wonderful. If we're going to be traveling together, drinks are on the house. And he slams his rucksack down and he drops a small pile of gold coins to pay for drinks for everyone.
Sure on you.
What was that, dwarf?
Also,
Right,
between
you.
17 strength and 7 con, part of me wonders if this guy has a little roid rage.
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me is my kingdom is out of coin, and I heard the stories on the trail of the heart of the fair lady. Some enormous gemstone. I'm sure bringing that back will regain the glory of my family line. What's the name of my family line again?
You don't remember?
It matters not. Good to meet you all.
I love it. That's awesome. I also want to offer Heretic, and this is even if Dave comes back. We can run for 6 players. I actually intended that initially, but if you Heretic, if you want to roll a character instead of playing Riga, you could do that.
I'll roll with it.
Totally up to you. Okay.
Because I have some inside knowledge, because I've actually been to the palace before, right?
Yeah. In fact, I'm wondering how Riga feels about somebody coming in here and revealing that this group is just going to take the gem that him and his kin expertly crafted across years to present to their princess. You know, I don't know.
That will all be revealed later.
Ah, yeah.
Next time.
So, okay. Yeah, he brings you a chest full of gold. It has 600 gold on it. He says, if you're trying to make it to the palace, I suggest maybe you lose some of this gold before you go. You could, of course, travel the road south of here to Thorold. That's the only other way, is to make it via Thorold. I can give you a mule. I will ask that you pay for it, but I will give you a fair price for the mule from this gold. It could help you carry things.
Good. I see no reason not to shell out for the mule.
I will charge... That's too low. I'm going to charge 100 gold for the mule.
So not a fair price, and he's just hoping we'll notice.
I don't think... Yeah, this game is not a... it's interesting, but yeah, no, I think it's... I think what I initially quoted when they went to the first town was something like 800 gold or so. It was a lot. Remember that it was like 1,500 for a horse or something like that?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah,
100 gold. So that leaves you with 500 gold pieces, a mule, and he's letting you pick. And I'll say you can pick 1 piece of armor and 1 weapon.
Ross, could you pull my token so I can access my character sheet?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. Let's see here. Riga, here you go. You should be able, I'll just move it over here next to his chin right there. There you go. You should be able to double click on it. And then can you edit that? Does it let you do it? Actually, it's not letting me do it. Why is it not letting me do it? Oh yeah, because it's tied to the inventory. So if you want to change
It's
it.
actually not letting me.
Can you change, say, the strength? Can you change a stat?
Hold on, let me check. No, I cannot.
What? I don't understand.
I can just roll whatever, I can roll my stats and I can roll my attack. That's it. Shit, okay.
I don't understand why not. Riga, Heretic, configure ownership. Everybody's an owner. Let me see if I make you specifically an owner, if that does something really quick. And then we'll keep moving.
I'm not even in the game, right?
That's what it is. It's because you're listed under Dave, because you're in as Dave, right? Okay.
That is my name also, though.
Oh, nice. All right.
Perfect.
All right. I made you the owner. So let's see if you close it and open it, if it does something. If it doesn't, let's just keep going and I'll work on it later. Okay. So, okay. Percy, he has you come to the shop at night. And he lights a lantern light in his shop. And he has you fit your armor and your weapons now in the darkness under a dim lantern light so that you aren't doing it in the light of day. And he says, once you're finished here, I'll set it aside and you'll take it, and please do not come back into town with it, and don't be seen with it. If you are, I don't know you.
In that case, I'll get fitted for a suit of plate mail and 1 bastard sword.
You got it.
Bastard.
Everything else will go on the back of the mule.
Actually, I have to look up the... Well, it's plenty, so I won't look it up right now. What's this? Okay, what was I going to say? So, yeah, everybody can pick out your 1 armor and a weapon, and then you'll need to buy anything else. If you want to buy rations, go ahead and do that now, and torches and stuff. I guess
So
you do.
we
You
all
do need,
get a piece of armor.
yeah, 1 armor and 1 weapon.
Oh wow. Okay.
I will say that there's only 2 suits of plate mail because they are rare. But you can take those 2 that he has, and I'm gonna look up their rules for a mule because they're not in the core rules, but they are in a zine.
I think Riga should get that other plate mail because
I was
his
gonna say,
knowledge
I'm gonna go
is
front line
very.
with a battle. I'm gonna go front line with a double-handed battle axe. So, if you want me to take it, I will.
Yeah, and also your knowledge of the palace is very valuable, so keeping you alive is very important.
Yep. And then the rest of you can get your chainmail.
I will grab a chainmail.
This is a lot, but 40 slots on this mule.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
you
lot
could,
of stuff.
yeah, you could get like 40. You could get 20 torches and a bunch of rations, and yeah.
We have to protect this mule at all costs. We have to watch out.
If
for
it
any
dies,
error.
and the carrion crawlers would think it's yummy. So
We have 2 valuable things. We have to keep the mule. I need this.
Steve knows.
I've lost so much.
The mule is our most powerful character.
The mule and Riga are our most valuable assets. The rest of us totally expendable.
Okay, so let's see. That happens. You come back now. Roughly, how much gold are you going to spend? I'm going to bring up the shopping list on, stuff out of this. Let's see here. For 500 gold, you get like 100 gold each. The most expensive thing in the game is a mirror, other than, that you'd be buying. So, let's say you got like 20 torches, that'd be 10 gold, and if you got 20 rations, that would be 10 gold.
That's
So-
because that's 3 each.
So that's not even a fraction. So let's say that you have, let's just imagine for a second, if you will, that you have, and you don't know, I guess what I'm proposing is, do you want to blow a bunch of money? or do you want to carry a bunch of money? Both have pros and cons, right? Because the last game we had somebody carry like a whole bunch of money on a mule, and that all ended.
Yeah. The goods and services, I think, are more valuable than the currency. What I was going to suggest, and I guess goes along with the mule as well, is once we have our basic equipment on our characters, ropes and flint and steel, is if we just jam pack ourselves, it's like, okay, how much can you carry? Okay, you carry this many rations. How about you? You can carry that many torches, that kind of a thing. Because there's not a whole lot of side stuff that we need. Like my character, I got rid of so much of the starter thing stuff, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ration. They're 3 each, but 5 ration. I got 4 torches, so I just jammed my character full anywhere he could carry stuff. He's got food under his hat, and I think if we do that and we equipped our mule and are very careful, we'll be able to make all the way there with that amount of supplies
Without stopping, yeah. And
Mhm.
so, I guess what I'm saying is you could probably do that with just 150 gold pieces at most. So that leaves you with another 350 gold pieces to blow if you wanted to try to do that on carousing, or you can hang on to it, and maybe you can hire somebody, or maybe you can buy a horse later, or who knows? I don't know, but what do you all think? What do you want to do?
That's another thing we could look at is if we can hire on a few more guys, and we can equip them as well.
Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't mind buying a crossbow if you guys didn't have a problem with that.
Let's get this man a crossbow.
Is there a crossbow in the goods that are sitting around that Percy gave us? Weapons like that to be grabbed as well? Or was that a gear? Was that a piece of gear plus armor, or was it armor plus a weapon?
You can take one armor and one weapon.
Okay, I'll grab a crossbow from that.
Yeah, in that case, I'll do that too.
You can include a quiver of bolts or arrows in that if you want, you know.
Okay.
But anything else you would buy.
We could become the new bandit group of the area.
And conveniently target Lady Mrs. Men.
Yeah.
There are 3 people that look like outlaws sitting by themselves. Someone could attempt to go and talk to them to see if they are the sort willing to go another direction instead of where you know they plan to.
Russ, do I feel like we would need a grappling hook to get into the palace?
Actually, you would know something. They actually found this in the scriptorium, but this is something you would know, that it is almost impossible to do that to this palace. That this is a palace that the way it's fortified and built, the only reasonable approach would be on foot through the main portcullis. Interesting. 5, 3. All right. Does anybody? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I would spend like 10 GP on gear. One of that would be a second quiver of arrows to put on the mule, if that's cool with everybody.
Works
Yeah,
for me.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody want to try to hire those people and talk to them?
Once he's got his new bastard sword, looted a shield from one of the dead dwarfs, and got his plate mail on, Reltnik will strut up to them and say,
So, your lads and ladies fancy a little adventure, hmm?
They look up, and one of them just looks like you turn, and he's missing an eye. He's got a big gouge across his face. It's still wet and recent, and it goes all the way down to his shoulder. He looks up at you. Another one is like holding his face and looks up, and you can tell that his face is tear streaked. These are 3 men. They look scraggly and washed up, you know, and even their clothes are tattered and rain soaked. And the other man is like, and who is it that would be asking?
Reltnik, the dwarf.
Reltnik the dwarf, aye?
Aye. My men and I will be traveling to the palace of the Silver Princess in hope of plunder and heroism. If you men wish to make war of yourselves, we of course will be supplying you with your first set of gear.
Let's see here. Egram, Mariel, and Endrick. And Endrick is the one talking. Let's see, Scar, and... Okay. Endrick, he says, name's Endrick, this is Mariel and Egram. That's a strange way that you think you'll be getting off this planet, you know, and escaping this mortal coil. We had planned just to try to make it through the mountains, but the truth is, mate, we already made one go at it. There was 10 of us. Now there are 3. We were family and kin. We knew each other. We saw them ripped apart by things in the mists.
Crawlers,
Crawlers? Is that what you call it?
Those wretched insects that...
One of them is like, I didn't hear any insects. The other one's like, no, it was like insects. I don't know.
What do you remember seeing? This information will be vital, because I assure you, we've lost men as well. And the best thing we can do for the dead is to avenge them and be glorious in our current lives.
No offense, it sounds like Dwarven talk to me.
Well, I am a dwarf.
That's all fine and well, but I ain't. I'm just trying to make it through that place. To be honest with you, part of me still wishes, maybe hopes, thinks that I could get through those mountains and get to whatever's the other end.
I'll not be the only questioned. We have holy men and other warriors.
He looks over the table full of people. Roll a 2d6 and add your charisma modifier.
Trevor waves.
That's Trevor. He's a good man.
It's going to be tough. You got to beat a 10.
Okay.
These people are scarred and scared and...
10 exactly.
10 exactly. He
Looks like
thinks,
Trevor's smile went out.
he thinks for a minute. He says, "Well, lads, those mountains are a rough business. So listen, Routnick, the dwarf, tell me then, what's your plan? Where are you going if you're not going to try to make it into the mists like everybody else?"
We're gonna find another way through the mountain, and through safer passages, we will reach the entrance of the palace.
You mean that children's story about a palace in the mountains?
Not a children's story, just simple fact.
How do you know that, dwarf?
Easy. I've seen things that you cannot even begin to imagine. We have researched in the scripturum and found proof of its existence. If you join with us, you will see the doors of the palace.
Oh, that is something. It would be something to try something other than just going right into that meat grinder. By what way are you going there, then? Is it to the east, through the Abaddon forest? What way around? Do we leave Galuvia and go all the way through the Princes of Galantry and make our way around? How many months' journey is this? He doesn't know. He just assumes you're not going to try to just go, through Thorvald, straight into the mountains from the west.
Rultnick will motion to the others to explain this better for him. Also, what kind of equipment are you packing at the moment? We can give you a little bit better stuff.
I don't know yet, but I'll be honest, they have the standard level 0 rolls, so they're going to just have a bunch of trash.
Well, I've got a backup leather armor one of them can use.
Okay.
Same here.
Nice. Leather armor.
We should also give them spears, so that if they can use them, because that way they can hide behind us and
Okay.
Bows and arrows.
I have a hand axe I could lend out to one of them.
Okay. And bow and arrow and hand axe?
Yeah.
I'll say at this point you're kind of using most of the usable weapons that he's not exactly got a full armory, but he's got enough to basically finish equipping in the way you're describing. That would be another probably 100 gold, you could say. And Indrik is like, he says, "Well, what do you say, lads? I don't want to stay here where we've had memories with our friends anymore if I can. I'd rather move on and see us perish." And then, wait, so somebody tell him that you plan to only travel to Thorvald, like north of Thorvald? And also, are you going there? Are you going to go to Thorvald, or are you going to avoid it? And
Well,
I guess you have to. What?
well, that's another way. What are the other ways to the palace?
If you ask...
Buy,
Sorry, go ahead.
we buy an area map.
The area map that we posted last time. I'll repost it, the ones that me and Jonah put, because they're unfortunately as accurate as we have gone today.
Yeah.
I think our options are we could go back the way we just come at the risk of elves, which might be less of a concern now that we're well equipped.
Yeah, that's true.
Go north into the mountains. Try to avoid the elves by going through the forest, or all the way around, which would be a few weeks to a month, I think, to get to, was it Thorvald? I think it was about a month to get there, was
No, so from Galuvia to Mir, Percy told us that it was about the same distance from Galuvia to Mir as it was from Galuvia to Thorold. So, here, I just took this snapshot here. This is, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, Alex already did it, so, yeah. Yeah, where we were today is pretty much the furthest west that we've gone. And there's that secondary trail that on that T intersection that we could try going.
Yeah, I can see where that leads. If it meets up, or maybe it's just another place. Maybe it's a smaller adventure site for us to explore and find some useful stuff. I think we've kind of got two overarching choices here. We can go the short way, which might be super dangerous, or we can go probably a very long way, which over time would still probably be pretty dangerous.
Condensed danger, or
Yeah, that's how I feel about it, because this isn't the safest part of the world to be in. We've had a lot of nasty encounters no matter where we've been out here.
No such thing as a safe part of the world to be in.
I'm feeling more confident now that we got all the fighters and clerics ready to rock and roll.
Agreed. I feel much safer.
And a mule.
Yep.
Because we got, let's see, 60 days of rations. 60 days of rations for one person, but plus whatever anybody else might be carrying. And then we got 20 torches on the mule, and we got some crossbow bolts that Riga put in there.
I wish you could extra arrows too.
Yeah, we should. That's a good idea. Plus whatever.
But for sure, you guys are feeling now at this point that we're tough enough. We should go the short way. We should take the same path we just took.
You know what? Yeah, we should. And if the elves give us grief, we're gonna smash their teeth in.
Assuming we
That's
randomly
the
encounter
dwarven
them.
way.
It's attrition the longer way. We're probably going to take the same losses, right? Or more even.
That's kind of how I feel about it, for sure.
Well, we got them all in leather and spears, right? So they'll last a bit longer.
We got spearmen and bowmen. That's awesome. Moving up in the world.
We're a mighty company.
All right, you've reinforced your company now. Back to my original question is, so 500 gold. I think if you spent 300 gold of that, you're going to be able to do all of this. And why don't we just abstract that? And then if I'm wrong on the positive side, we'll make sure you don't lose your gold. But you've got like 200 gold left. You can keep it in case you need to use it later. Just hang on to it. Or you could blow it. Because that's like the point in this game is to get money and then blow it.
What was that second tier of carousing? Because the first was 30 gold.
Yeah, and actually, I'll tell you, that's freaking awesome. I love that.
That's my vote.
This is how I think I want to do carousing, is instead of, and I'll give you a benefit for it, because I don't like the way it does it. What I'll do is you just tell me how much you want to spend, and yeah, I'll tell you the tiers, because that's fair. It starts by going up from 30, so 30 right off the bat, you get a D8 to roll. What I'll do is, so you'll roll the D8, and then I'll present you a situation, and if you do something cool, I'll give you a bonus on top of that, regardless of how much money you spend. Because I would rather, to me, the problem with the carousing table as it is, it works good for if you're just doing a dungeon, and then you talk about what you did afterwards. But we're like in a role-playing game, role-playing in the tavern, right? So it kind of feels like you spent money and then I told you the cool party you had after the fact. I don't like that. So I would rather you just do the thing in the fiction diegetically, if that makes sense. And then I'll give you a bonus for that, if it's cool. Okay. So it goes 30, and then you go all the way up to 100 gold from 30 just for a +1 bonus. And then you go all the way up to 300 gold just for a +2 bonus. And then it doubles to go to a +3 bonus. I don't know why, but to get a higher bonus, I mean, why wouldn't you just do the 30 gold 3 times?
Yeah.
And maybe...
That'd be metagaming.
I think you could do this... Let me see. You could do this every night. So you could do for 3 nights in a row, you could spend 30 gold. You could spend that. You could do that every week, and you could get a week's worth of D8 rolls and get to like level 3.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stop you. I
that'd be,
mean,
like,
I'm dedicated to running this raw right now. And then maybe somebody can tell me why, or tell me now if I'm missing something, because I'm reading it and I don't see why you can't do that.
It's weird. It's definitely odd. I don't really see much of a disadvantage, except that you would probably, if you would lose, you would still spend a decent amount of gold in the long term. It seems like, because a lot of the lower results appear to have part of your total wealth be taken away. But so do some of the higher ones. Like you're saying, Ross, I don't really see a downside to it. If you you could spend 300 gold, and that's guaranteed 2 levels. That's guaranteed 20 XP minimum.
Wait, what? If you spend 300 what?
So 300 gold, I should be more specific. If you spend 30 gold 10 times, the lowest choice 10 times, at minimum you're going to get 20 XP total.
Right, which will bring you to right up to level 2, level 3. Yeah, level 3. So, anyways, and I guess what I'm saying is break the game. That's what I'm here to do with this attempt is go by the rules and see what happens, and let's see if we can break it. So, party on, dudes. If you want.
There is one little caveat.
Yes.
We should talk about.
You could burn down the tavern on your 4th attempt. That is another problem that keeps happening. Sorry,
and
Steve.
Percy will stop liking us after a few more days.
He will stop liking you after eventually.
To expand on him not liking us much no more, any time now, our friend's gonna notice that maybe he wasn't our best friends, and that maybe someone, and I'm not pointing at who it might be, someone may have used some dastardly magics to make him think that he was. And he might be a wee bit upset about it. And I'm not saying who, I'm not pointing fingers, but I might have done it.
You suggesting we take a bunch of wineskins with us on the road and do it out there?
What do you think?
I'm going to say that you can't tailgate.
Come on!
No tailgating. You have to...
I used to be an extreme 4-wheel driver. We had some mega parties in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
How many days do we have got left to this charm?
We got 3.
Okay. Hey, I mean, if Percy's okay with us not yet taking off, despite giving us that gear, and I don't know how our new hirelings feel.
They're down. Yeah, and I should clarify, it's 3 nights, and the next day is fine. Mm-hmm. It's 4 days and 3 nights is what I have.
We can convince them to party before we all go to die, right?
You open that golden chest and they just smile, some of them missing teeth, and they're like, oh yeah.
Can we have our patron hold on to some of that so we don't lose it if we get too crazy?
What patron?
We might wreck his place.
The guy that owns this place.
Percy?
Oh yeah, Percy's gonna hate you in 3 nights, just to be clear.
Well, that reminds me, we could just cast the charm spell again.
You could, but it could fail.
Yes, that is a possibility, but we did
I
just we did just get all the items we need from him.
You
Because he's a
could.
minstrel?
What's keeping you waiting for like 3 nights, and on the third night being like zippity zoppity boo like you do, and then see
Totally could.
what's keeping you from doing that? I don't know what the.
I'm willing to do it because he's a minstrel. Like Trevor's a minstrel, so that's the one I took advantage on.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
charm
we
person.
could hop around here for a bit and take care of some stuff inside of town, recast if we can, and then
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's frame some options, and I'm gonna toss it back over to let's see here. His name is Terran. Druga's out, Terran's in, and let me create a sheet for you there, Alex. I didn't. And I'm gonna just duplicate Druga. It says Druga copy for now. Actually, I'll change it to Terran. Alex. Bam. Okay, so now you get
Alright,
something
thank
you
you.
can edit. So I'm option 1 is hang on to the money. Option 2 is blow money, and then once you get to the third night, you can, do you want to try to charm him? We can revisit that. They might throw you out tonight. That's one downside to the carousing, is you may never be welcome back in this place if you burn it down.
well, there won't be a place to be invited back to if we burn it down.
Yeah, you've already
Mention
done
the
that
other
twice.
tavern.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So what if we burn down the other tavern?
Oh,
They already hate us
They
there.
already hate you. Yeah, they're not gonna let you in there.
Just drum up business.
You don't
You
have to
could-
burn
you'd
places
always
down
try.
from the inside.
I think we should push one night and just see what happens on the first night.
All right.
Just-
So
Like it, yeah.
this is also what I'm reading, and this is wild. But I'm reading this. It says, an event to carouse each participant pitches in for the cost of singular the event, then comma each participant. So that tells me all you need to do is put together 30 gold pieces for the entire group for the first go. And this is only for one night. So that's one downside, is if you get a ton of money, you can't just keep going. Like, it's not like a slot machine. You only have one night. So I guess that's what happens. Actually, if you get just too much money, you have to spend more money. That's what it is, maybe. Because if you have so much money, you have more money than you have nights to blow it in. Okay. Anyways, who's pitching in the 30? So let's see here. Everybody's got about 60, 75 gold pieces. So it's going to blow half of somebody's to start with.
I'll go first because I'm the new guy.
All right. Everybody gets a D8. Everybody can roll a D8. Holy smokes.
Maximum.
Me too.
Good
Oh,
job.
wow.
Okay.
Let's see how well or badly I do.
This will be the last thing. Holy
7, but
smokes,
still
everybody.
great.
This will be the last thing we do tonight.
Good.
And
There aren't that
yeah.
many taverns to burn down.
Yeah.
There won't be a tavern in town once we're done.
This might be the limiting factor, actually, is what happened. So, Tanner, you got an 8 right off the bat. So it says, one of the spurious criminal-looking people hobbles up to you. He does not look like somebody you want to hire, and he's missing a hand, and he's missing an eye. He's missing some teeth. He's like, "Hey there, mate. You look pretty brave. You want to play a game?"
What kind of game?
A game, and he pokes you in the chest. He's like, a game only somebody with guts could play. Only somebody that can actually has some fortitude. That's probably not you. You probably. He starts to turn around and leave.
All right.
You don't want to play his game?
Well, he's not told me what the game is. Is it Russian roulette? Is it that
It's like
thing where you?
it's like Russian roulette. Yeah.
Do it.
Well, I can get a full night's sleep
You
afterwards.
see a bunch of knives stuck into a far wall.
All right. in my full plate mail, I'll trudge on over. Alright, so how do we play this thing?
He can't see too well. He starts taking knives out of the wall. He's like, well, you're the new guy, so I get to go first. And
That's fair.
it's simple. All you gotta do is stand there, and I throw these knives. And if you win,
Alright, I
you get
cross
the
my...
money.
Alright, Raltnik will cross his arms and lift his head up just a bit. Fire away.
He throws knives. I'm gonna just give him one chance to hit you. Does a 15 hit? I don't think so.
Nope, not anymore.
All right, fink, fink, fink. One of them tink, like tinks off your armor as you stand there, and you're done. And he's real nervous. He's like, actually, I don't. You know, maybe this.
Au contraire, precious morsel.
No,
you're
I
going to stand right. Yes, you
Well,
are.
it's
You're
just
standing
that
right.
I had a lot
I
to
grab him
drink.
by the throat and I just push him against the wall. You're staying right here with a very overly happy face. And I'll take the knife and I'll aim it at the other eye.
Oh no!
You call him precious mortal? That's awesome.
All right.
Trust me, if he's gonna throw knives at
Let's
me,
see if you can
you're all just gonna get
miss.
fucking mean.
Let's see if you can miss to get below a 12.
All right.
I hope you miss.
+2 to attack, so just +1. 17, if you
no.
know what I mean.
You throw. He starts screaming. The tavern goes quiet. He dances around. A knife is sticking out of his face, and he just runs out of the tavern with it.
Right.
You get all his money.
Remember, he's good. Remember, he's blind now. Raltnik will turn to everyone, and this is why we do not let our children play with knives.
So I'm gonna give you the next highest result because you roleplayed that and it was cool. So you get
Thank you.
5 XP
Good.
and an enemy, which is clearly this blind man.
Who's blind, has no teeth, one hand.
Raltnik.
Hopefully he doesn't have 16 kids.
If he has 16 kids, I'll adopt each and every one of them and give them an actual father.
All right. Next is
Raltnik being a complete douche.
let's see. Next is Terran. You rolled an 8. This is crappy because like everybody. Okay, so actually it says everybody's in the same event. I'm just.
Taryn raises a cup in laughter after when the tavern goes quiet. Taryn's just like laughing at this display of
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
ferocity.
do. Is I'm gonna have you. So you get 4 XP, but you also get a luck token and no enemy. And that is the case with Daniel and Riga as well. You all get 4 XP and a luck token for participating. Actually, no, he's already lost his eye. I don't. So you guys didn't have to. You didn't have to have knives thrown at you. I don't know. I'm gonna revisit that. I want that to kind of spiderweb out more than that. Let's see.
I rolled
A
an
7
8 as well.
Okay, so yeah, you also get 4 XP and a luck token. A 7. Tanner Raltnik. What?
Didn't I already go?
Oh yeah, you rolled again. For some reason, it rolled it a second
excellent.
time.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must have been a misclick.
No big deal. Okay, so every single person rolled an 8.
Yeah.
That bonkers.
Okay.
The Curian crawlers are sending an apology to us from beyond the grave.
Yeah, you all take you begin to take part in a blindfolded knife throwing contest, but the blindfolded knife throwing contest person lost his eye to Raltnik, and so it ended pretty simply for the night. You took all of his money, which you're able to kind of blow and get. I'll say everybody gets 5 XP, and everybody has that enemy then. Okay. I think it actually says that. It says each character gains XP noted. If the group decides to play out the results, the entire Krausen group usually is present for the event. Yeah, so. Okay. And that is the night, and that is where we'll end the adventure for the night.